Good evening. Switch on your videos.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, how are you, ma?
Fine, sir. How are you, sir?
Yeah, good, doing good. Very happy to meet you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. But others also let them come. Everyone, switch on your videos also. That also is important. Ritika is eagerly waiting. Let others also join because we have changed the timing because of some reason. Soumya, Meenachis, Panir Selvam, Nivedita, மீனாட்சி எப்படிமா இருக்க?
ஃபைன் சார், நீங்க எப்படி இருக்கீங்க சார்?
நல்லா இருக்கேம்மா. ஜோஷா, மிஸ்டர் பன்னீர்செல்வம் டிராவலிங். சார் பிஸி, எப்பயுமே டிராவலிங்ல தான் சார் டைம் கிடைக்க மாட்டேங்குது. சௌமியா, நிவேதிதா,
Good evening, sir.
good evening. How are you?
That's fine, sir. நீங்க
எப்படிமா இருக்கீங்க சௌமியா?
சார் நல்லா இருக்கீங்க சார். நீங்க?
நல்லா இருக்கேன். Okay. So we don't have to waste the time. We'll get into the discussion. Friends, actually, the schedule is 3 hours. I thought of planning for 3 hours, but today I will go for 2 hours. Okay. Like today, I will be completing consolidated financial statement from the point of our examination. NBFC, either tomorrow or Monday evening, we'll do it for 1 hour. Okay. Okay. So why this session is specifically is happening now? Many students would have converted from their old syllabus into new syllabus. When you are converted from old syllabus to new syllabus, you may not be having, or you would have not had the CFS chapters, not cash flow statement, consolidated financial statement in your CA intermediate examination in your old syllabus. So for that purpose, for currently under bus, okay, no issue. But maximum try to avoid the traveling, and if you are able to hear one place, the session will be effective. So accordingly you can plan. Okay, now just a minute. Chat. Okay, then. So அதனால வந்து உங்களுக்கு அந்த நியூ சிலபஸ்ல இருந்திருக்காது, old syllabus இருந்திருக்காது. இப்போ நீங்க compulsory you have to convert into new syllabus. So no other options are there. You have to read this and understand this. Consolidated financial statement is there under AS number 21. I will go with that. There are 3 standards which talks about consolidated financial statement. AS number 21, AS 23, AS 27. AS number 27. So these are the 3 standards talks about consolidated financial statement. Okay, these are the 3 standards which talks about consolidated financial statement. So AS 21 which talks about subsidiary concept, AS 23 which talks about associates concept, AS 23 which talks about associates concept. This talks about joint venture. So how many standard talks about consolidated financial statement? Repeat with me. How many standard?
3, sir.
3. First standard, everybody, AS 21, which talks about interact பண்ணனும். உங்களுக்கு தெரியும் நம்ம கிளாஸ் பொறுத்த வரைக்கும். So interaction is necessary. Yeah. AS 21 which talks about, everybody connect with audio. AS 21 which talks about, okay, subsidiary. AS 23 which talks about associates. AS 27 which talks about joint venture. So first and foremost, you must understand the relationship between all these 3. What is subsidiary, what is associates, what is joint venture? Friends, today the 2 hours we are going to talk about consolidated financial statement only from the point of an examination. Just I'm going to cover the concepts, okay? Because to do one problem will take a minimum 45 minutes to 1 hour of time. It is like our amalgamation chapter mari. Seringla. So in the 2 hours neenga effective listen pannina, hopefully you will be in the position to do the problem. Or if you have doubt also, we will clarify your doubts later. subsidiary. Assume that there are two companies are there, H company, and there is one more company called S company. There is one more company called S company. So when one company holding shares in another company, or I will say control, when one company is having control over the other company, the company who is having control is become a holding company. எந்த கம்பெனி கண்ட்ரோல் பண்றாங்களோ அந்த கம்பெனி இஸ் பிகம் சப்சிடரி. கண்ட்ரோல் ஓவர் 50%. Control over 50%. When one company is having control over the another company more than 50%, then the company who is holding a shares, rather than using what called as shares, the companies who is holding a control more than 50% in another company, that company is called a holding company. எந்த கம்பெனில இருக்குதோ கண்ட்ரோல், that company is become subsidiary company. Everybody okay with this? Soumya, Niveda,
Yes, sir.
reply to me, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now you must understand the terminology called control. Okay, புரியலனா தயவுசெய்து சொல்லுங்க, கொஞ்சம் ஃபாஸ்டா இருப்பேன், நம்ம ரெகுலர் செஷன் மாதிரி இருக்காது, ஃபாஸ்டா இருப்பேன், நீங்க எங்க தேவைப்பட்டா நிறுத்துங்க, சரியா? இந்த control comes by way of two concepts, by acquiring equity shares, another by way of control over the board of directors. By acquiring equity shares or control over the board of directors. Is it clear? Now I will reply to you. When one company is controlling another company, when one companies are controlling the another company, the company who is controlling the another company is called reply.
Holding
Holding
company.
company.
Holding company.
The company which is controlled by another company is called
Subsidiary.
Subsidiary.
Subsidiary company.
now this control comes, okay, control comes, we have two way. One, if you have equity shares more than 50%, it means even you have 50.01%, 50.01%, this condition is satisfied, not 51%. Some books are wrongly used as 51% or more, that is wrong. More than 50%, it means that if I have 50.01% also control is there. Clear apa?
Okay, sir.
அடுத்தது board of
Yes, sir.
directors know that. Okay, assume that இதுல வந்து மூணு டைரக்டர் இருக்காங்க. எந்த கம்பெனில? சப்சிடரி கம்பெனில எவ்வளவு டைரக்டர் இருக்காங்க? 3 directors. இந்த 3 directorsல 2/3, இங்க whatever the number of directors are there, அதுல 2/3 of the directors can be appointed by holding company. Then also that company who is appointing this director is become a holding company. புரியுதாப்பா? அதாவது சப்சிடரி கம்பெனில இருக்கக்கூடிய மெஜாரிட்டி ஆஃப் த டைரக்டர்ஸ் இன்னொரு கம்பெனி அப்பாயிண்ட் பண்ணலாம் அப்படின்னா, எந்த கம்பெனி அப்பாயிண்ட் பண்றதுக்கு பவர் இருக்கோ அந்த கம்பெனி ஹோல்டிங் கம்பெனி, மை கம்பெனி இஸ் சப்சிடரி கம்பெனி. பிகாஸ் இருக்கிற 3 பேர்த்துல இல்ல இருக்கிற 30 பேர்த்துல 2/3 அவன் சொல்றதா கேட்பாங்க. அப்ப again I controlled by them only, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the control comes in how many ways?
2 ways.
2 ways.
One by way of equity shares, another by way of
Board of directors.
Board of directors.
the board of directors. For your examination purpose only this equity shares only, you don't bother about 2/3 and all. Is it clear? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now we understood how this holding subsidiary relationship comes. One company is holding control over another company. The company who is holding a control is called
Holding company.
the company in which we have a control. That company is called a subsidiary company. This control comes in two ways. One by way of equity shares, another by way of board of directors. If you have more than 50% shares in another company, disturbance உங்க சைடுல இருக்குன்னா you enable a mute. Whenever you want to interact, then enable mute. அடுத்தது இல்லைன்னா போர்ட் ஆஃப் டைரக்டர்ஸ்ல 2/3 மேல நான் கண்ட்ரோல் பண்ண முடியும் அப்படினாலும் எனக்கு கண்ட்ரோல் வருது. பட் ஒரு எக்ஸாமினேஷன் பர்பஸ் it goes with shares only. Understood அப்பா?
Yes, sir.
So holding subsidiary understood. Now so these are the concepts as covered under AS 21. Holding subsidiary. If you want to prepare consolidated financial statement for subsidiary, you have to go with this. And in examination 90% of syllabus covers on this, balance 10% talks about this, and in examination point of view 80% of time will be from subsidiary, maybe 10% of probability from associate, or joint venture. But subsidiaries are very, very, very important from the point of an examination. All these three standards which talks about this one only. Is it clear?
Yes,
I
sir.
think for you at
Yes,
the
sir.
India level only, so I will talk only about subsidiary. Okay, la? I don't think that AS 23, 27 are there, but I will just cover what is that. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Okay. Now, Hutch company holding more than 20% of shares, less than 50% of shares. This is become associates. This is become what? Associates. If I have more than 20% of shares in another company, but less than 50%, the company is become what? Associates company. Investing, this is not subsidiary. Investing company, this is associates company. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
ஓகே, நீங்க நல்லா புரிஞ்சுக்கணும்னா இது க்ளோஸ் ரிலேட்டிவ், இது டிஸ்டன்ஸ் ரிலேட்டிவ். என்ன சார் சொல்றீங்கன்னா 20% தான் என்கிட்ட ஷேர்ஸ் இருக்கு, கரெக்டாப்பா? அப்ப this can get into power to participate in the discussion. ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ், இப்ப உங்க வீட்ல ஒரு மேஜரான டெசிஷன் எடுக்கணும்னு வச்சுங்களேன். ரெண்டு ரிலேட்டிவ் உட்காந்துருக்காங்க. உங்க மாமா, அத்தை, பெரியப்பா, சித்தப்பா, தாத்தா, பாட்டி, க்ளோஸ் ரிலேட்டிவ். இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் வந்து டிஸ்டன்ஸ் ரிலேட்டிவ், எப்பயாவது வருவாங்க, அவங்களே உட்காந்துருக்காங்க. இப்ப நம்ம பண்ற டிஸ்கஷன்ல ரெண்டு பேருமே பார்ட்டிசிபேட் பண்ணுவாங்களாப்பா? எஸ் ஆர் நோ?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ஓகே. இதுல யாரு நம்மளோட டெசிஷனை கண்ட்ரோல் பண்ண முடியும்?
Holding company.
இல்ல நம்ம கதையில யாரு நம்மள கண்ட்ரோல் பண்ண முடியும்? நம்ம வீட்ல உட்காந்து ஒண்ணு பேசிட்டு இருக்கோம், ஓகேங்களா? நம்ம க்ளோஸ் ரிலேட்டிவ் இருக்காங்க, டிஸ்டன்ஸ் ரிலேட்டிவ் இருக்காங்க. ஓகே, ரெண்டு பேருமே பார்ட்டிசிபேட் பண்ணலாம், ஓகேங்களா? பட் யாரு நம்மளோட டெசிஷனை கண்ட்ரோல் பண்ண முடியும்? க்ளோஸ் ரிலேட்டிவ் சொல்றது நீ கேட்ப, மாமா, அத்தை, பெரியப்பா சொல்றது கேட்பேன். என்னைக்காவது ஒருத்தர் வந்துட்டு போறாங்க, அவங்க வந்து நம்ம பண்ணிட்டு இருக்க டிஸ்கஷன்ல உள்ள வரலாம், பட் அவங்க சொல்றத கம்பல்சரி கேட்கணும்னு இருக்கான்
No, sir.
இல்ல. சோ அந்த மாதிரி தான் இதுவும், புரியுதுங்களா? So when it comes to holding subsidiary, control comes in. But when associates come, there is no control. Only I can get into participate. I have power to participate. I can't control the another company. Correct, apa? This is called AS 23. புரிஞ்சுதா? AS 21 23 குள்ள டிஃபரன்ஸ்?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
You know that Maruti company, you know that Suzuki company, they join together. There is a company called Maruti Suzuki. Honda company and Hero company. Correct? Hero Honda. கேள்விப்பட்டிருக்கீங்களா?
Yes, sir.
So these are an example for joint venture, AS 27. These are an example for joint venture. You know that two companies are jointly starting a new company. I have some patents, I have some technology, you have some technology. Both the technologies are, we both of us will form on joint venture, and we will buy all the assets and liabilities, and that we will buy the assets and incur the liability in the name of joint venture, and we will do the business. That is called joint venture. Okay, அங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா as per the agreement யாருக்கு எவ்வளவு percentage shares ன்னு இருக்கும், as per the agreement. Understood அப்பா?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So those who you met with an accident, sorry ma, sorry sir, I didn't know that. Okay, take care of your health, take care of your health. Hopefully you can able to attend it, right? I didn't read your message properly, so that's what. Okay, now no problem. Now, so upa subsidiary na yaru, associates na yaru, subsidiary na yaru, associates na yaru, joint venture na yaru nama paathukom. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Subsidiaries, associates, joint venture.
Joint venture.
Associates, joint venture. Subsidiary என்பது எப்ப கணக்கு வரும்?
More than 20% of equity shares.
Subsidiary.
More than 50%.
Subsidiary.
More than 50%.
More than
50%. Okay, more than 50%. Examination only shares. Associates more than
20%.
More than
20%, less than 50%. More than 50, that is become a subsidiary.
Yes, sir.
Then a joint venture which comes in the nature of agreement. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I am going to discuss about AS 21 only. First and foremost, we understood who is subsidiary, who is associates, who is a joint venture. Now we will spend some 5 minutes of time why you have to prepare consolidated financial statement. H companies are there, S companies are there. Okay, there is a share capital of 500 crores and investment. Here share capital is 100 crores. Investment in S Limited 70 crores. Friends, now we can understand out of this 100 crores, 70 crores have been invested by whom?
H company.
Out of 100 crores, 70 crores have been invested by whom?
This company.
Okay, okay. The 500 crores of money is invested by some people.
Yes, sir.
Now, the 500 crores of money which I invested, that is not only in my company's asset, it is done in another company's capital. அப்ப என் கம்பெனி எப்படி வேலை பார்க்கறாங்கன்னு தெரிஞ்சுட்டா மட்டும் பத்தாது, எங்கெல்லாம் என் காசு இன்வெஸ்ட் பண்ணிருக்காங்களோ அந்த கம்பெனி how they are performing it also I want to know. Am I right or not?
Yes,
So
sir.
you are there, you are given the money to invest in the share market with your friend have invested money. Okay, but again you are given money to your friend, okay, to invest in the share market. What your friend did, your friend has given money to some other friend to invest this money. So in this case, you want to watch your friend as well as your friend's friend, correct?
Yes, sir.
Because your money only ultimately is lying there, correct?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to give two separate financial statements, like H limited separate, S limited separate. This ரெண்டையும் நான் அவங்ககிட்ட கொடுத்தனா, the shareholders may not be in the position to understand this. So அதனால company stateல என்ன சொல்றாங்கன்னா, you prepare consolidated financial statement by including H information as well as S information by applying the rules specified in AS 21. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because this money only have been invested into S Limited. Do you agree with me?
Yes,
Up, I may not be interested to know only H Limited performance. I will be interested to know how S Limited also is performing. Because ultimately, out of this 70 crores is my money, this money only would have been converted as an asset. Yes or no? Up, H Limited மட்டும் நான் பார்த்துக்கிட்டா பார்த்தாது, S Limited எப்படி perform பண்றதுன்னு எனக்கு தெரியணும். சரி, நீ கேட்கலாம், அதான் H Limited தனியா ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணது, S Limited தனியா ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணது இல்லை சார், அது ரெண்டு பேரும் கொடுக்கலாம் சார். ஆன்சர் இஸ் ராங். இதுல கொஞ்சம் அதெல்லாம் எலிமினேட் பண்ணணும். ஷேர் ஹோல்டர்ஸ்க்கு அப்படிலாம் கொடுத்தா புரியாது. இதெல்லாம் எடுத்துட்டு ஒரே ஒரு ஃபைனான்சியல் ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட் தான், இது ரெண்டையும் இன்க்ளூட் பண்ணி கொடுப்போம். அந்த ஃபைனான்சியல் ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட்டுக்கு பேர் தான் என்னன்னா, அந்த ஃபைனான்சியல் ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட்டுக்கு பேர் தான் என்னது?
Consolidated financial
Statement. Again, please understand who will prepare consolidated financial statement now. Now we understood that why we have to prepare consolidated financial statement. Correct?
Yes, sir.
சொல்லுப்பா. அடுத்தது, now who has to prepare consolidated financial statement?
Holding.
Holding company should prepare consolidated financial statement. Is it clear?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
yes,
Now
sir.
please
Yes, sir.
understand. இப்ப holding company should prepare consolidated financial statement by including S limited information. Correct?
Sir.
சரி, இப்ப holding company தனியா ஒரு financial statement போடணுமா வேண்டாமா? இந்த இடத்துல எத்தனை செட் ஆஃப் financial statement இருக்கும் டக்குன்னு சொல்லுங்க. இது ரெகுலர் இல்ல, rapid revision for 2 hours or 1.5 hours to 2 hours. Quickly tell me. 1,
ஒண்ணே ஒண்ணுதான் இருக்குங்க சார்.
2, 3 financial statement will be there. H limited would have prepared a financial statement separately. Okay. S limited would have prepared a financial statement separately, standalone financial statement. Okay. Apart from that, in addition to this, H limited should prepare one financial statement by including H limited information and S limited information, that is called a consolidated financial statement. Not one, you will have 3 financial statement. Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So in the consolidated financial statement is an addition requirement. It is not a replacement to the original standalone financial statement. இது பண்றதுனால HRS தனியா பண்ண வேணாம்லாம் சொல்ல முடியாது. H limited should prepare it separately, S limited should prepare it separately, and along with this H limited needs to prepare one more financial statement, that is called CFS. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Friends, we are started at exactly some time 4:30. We discussed about எந்தெந்த ஸ்டாண்டர்ட் இதை பத்தி பேசுது, சப்சிடரி எப்படி வருது, கண்ட்ரோல் எப்படி வருது, அடுத்து வந்து அசோசியேட்ஸ்னா யாரு, அடுத்து ஜாயின்ட் வெஞ்சர்னா யாருன்னு டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணிட்டு, எதுக்காக கன்சாலிடேட்டட் ஃபைனான்சியல் ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட் போடணுங்கிறது we were discussed. அதுக்கப்புறம் who will prepare the consolidated financial statement? Is it a addition requirement இல்ல replacement to the original requirement? We understood. Correct அப்பா?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
No. Shall I move forward? In the consolidated financial statement, there are three different accounts are there. One is P&L, another is balance sheet, another is a cash flow statement. So consolidated profit and loss account, consolidated balance sheet, consolidated cash flow statement. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
This is very easy. If you go through our YouTube channel, I think these concepts or problem will be there. Otherwise, also I'll help you on that. This also is very, very easy from the point of an examination as well as for understanding. This only is a complicated one. இந்த சாப்டர் இங்க ஸ்ட்ராங்கா இருந்தீங்கன்னா தான் நீங்க சிஏ ஃபைனலுக்கு வரும்போது ஸ்ட்ராங் ஆக முடியும். இங்க வந்து AS 21 which talks about consolidated financial statement. When you're coming to your CA final financial reporting, in the AS number 110 which talks about consolidated financial statement of subsidiary. இங்க பேஸ் தெளிவா இருக்கணும், அப்பதான் இந்திய AS புரியுதுங்களா? சோ இது ஈஸி ஒரு டைம் நீங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னாவே போடலாம். இதுதான் கொஞ்சம் காம்ப்ளிகேட்டட். So I'm going to cover this area only. Is it clear? Consolidated financial statement la you have a P&L, you have a balance sheet, you have a cash flow statement also. P&L and cash flow statement very easy, just அப்படியே add பண்ற மாதிரி. But when it comes to balance sheet, in that place only little complications have been involved. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. There are 5 to 6 steps approach is there. I will be writing steps first, then I will be discussing the concept. Step number one, date of acquisition and shareholding pattern. Step number one, date of acquisition and shareholding pattern. I will be explaining to you everything to you, don't worry. Step number two, analysis of subsidiary reserves and surplus with reference to date of acquisition and their summary. Analysis of subsidiary reserves and surplus with reference to date of acquisition and their summary. அப்ப இது வந்து like a 2A மாதிரியும், இது வந்து I will take it as like 2B. இது வந்து 1A step 1A, இது வந்து step 1B மாதிரி. இது வந்து 2 பாயிண்ட் இருக்கு, புரியுதுங்களா? Date of acquisition is 1 point, shareholding pattern is another point. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
So அதே மாதிரி step number 2 ல analysis of subsidiary reserves and surplus with reference to date of control is the first part, and second part is அதனுடைய summary. So step number 2A, step number 2B, step number 1A and step number 1B மாதிரி வச்சுக்கலாம், புரியுதுங்களா? Yes or no?
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Yes. I will call you after 7. Yeah. So step number 1 and step number 2. Is it clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next is step number 3. Step number 3. Just try to keep in your mind what I will be explaining to you. Minority interest. What is step number 3? Step number 3.
Minority interest. Minority interest.
Okay, minority interest. Step number 4. Cost of control. The other name is computation of goodwill or capital reserve. In the steps la enna kandupidikkona, goodwill or capital reserve. Is it clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, step number 4, cost of control, computation of goodwill or capital reserve. Is it clear? This is step number
Clear,
4.
sir. Data of acquisition, shareholding pattern, analysis of secondary receipts and surplus with reference to data acquisition.
Clear, Amma? Step number 4 clear?
Yes, sir.
Step number 5. Step number 5. Reserves for consolidated balance sheet. Step number Step number 5. We will write one more step. Intercompany transaction or mutual owing. Intercompany transaction or mutual owings and stock reserve. இது கூட பாத்தீங்கன்னா லைக் ஸ்டெப் நம்பர் 5A, இது வந்து 5B மாதிரி வச்சுக்கலாம். இது வந்து அதுக்குள்ள ரெண்டு ஒர்க்கிங்ஸ் போட போறோம். நீங்க 5A 5B எழுத தேவையில்லை, ஜஸ்ட் உங்க அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்டிங்காக சொல்றேன். புரியுதுங்களா? ஸ்டெப் நம்பர் 6, reserves for consolidated balance sheet. Finally we'll be preparing consolidated balance sheet. So இந்த ஸ்டெப்ஸ் மைண்ட்ல வச்சுக்கங்க. புரியுதோ புரியலையோ, I will be connecting all the steps with the one example. If you are able to understand that one example, then everything will be easy for you. Now, who is going to tell me all the 6 steps name? Who is the first person? முடிஞ்ச அளவு எல்லாருமே வீடியோ ஆன் பண்ணுங்க. வெளியில இருக்கீங்க, ஒரு சிலர் பஸ் டிராவல் அவங்கள மட்டும் அவாய்ட் பண்ணிக்கலாம், பட் மத்தவங்க enable பண்ணீங்கன்னா it will be more effective for you, otherwise it's a loss for you. Now, who is the first person who is going to talk about all these 6 steps? யார் சொல்ல போறீங்க? யாருமே இல்லையா? So repeat with me. Step number 1. Everybody repeat with
Data
me.
of acquisition.
Everybody. If you are not able to interact, you can exit from the meeting. No problem. Even one students are able to interact with me, I will be happy. Yeah, step number 1.
Data of acquisition and
Data of
shareholding
acquisition.
pattern.
Data of acquisition and shareholding pattern. Step number 2.
Analysis of subsidiary.
Subsidiary reserves and
Everybody.
surplus.
Everyone.
Analysis of
subsidiary reserves
Reserves
with
and
reference to
subsidiary
data
reserves and surplus
acquisition
with
and
reference to
Their summary. Step number 3.
minority
interest.
Cost of control.
Step number 4, computation of
Step number 5. ICT, intercompany transaction or other name other mutual owing.
mutual owing
And
stock
reserves.
reserve.
Step number 6, reserve for consolidated balance sheet.
reserve for
Okay, step number 1, please.
Data of acquisition and shareholders
Shareholding pattern. Step number 2.
analysis of
subsidiary
Subsidiary
reserves and
reserves
surplus
and
with
surplus
reference to
data
data
acquisition
summary.
data of acquisition and their summary.
Minority interest.
Minority interest.
Minority interest.
Step number 4.
Cost of control, computation of goodwill and capital reserve.
Okay, step number 5.
Intercompany transaction,
transaction,
mutual owing and stock
Owing and
reserve.
stock reserve.
Step number 6.
Reserves of consolidated balance sheet.
So please understand, these are the 6 steps are there. Disturbance or distraction mute podinga minute. Okay, these are the 6 steps are there. What is those 6 steps are very simple. Okay la. Step number 1 is, I will repeat once again. Step number 1 will be data of acquisition and shareholding pattern. Data of acquisition, shareholding pattern. Step number 2, analysis of subsidiary reserves and surplus and their summary. Step number 3, minority interest. Step number 4, cost of control. Step number 5, intercompany transaction / mutual owing and stock reserve. Step number 6, reserve for consolidated balance sheet. Then with the help of this, we will be preparing consolidated balance sheet. I told you consolidated financial statement means there are consolidated profit and loss account, consolidated balance sheet, consolidated cash flow statement. All these 6 steps approach is there only for consolidated balance sheet, consolidated P&L, consolidated cash flow statement. No need of having all these useless working notes. Steps straight away you can prepare. Just this plus that minus something or plus something. Easily you can prepare. Only for balance sheet, there are so much of things you have to understand. Okay, so that is the reason consolidated P&L, consolidated cash flow statement I'm ignoring for today's discussion, because that is straightforward, self-explanatory, whereas this is little complicated one. Understood? இதெல்லாம் முடிச்சதுக்கு அப்புறம் we will be preparing consolidated balance sheet. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, hopefully you know all these 6 steps now. Hopefully you know all these 6 steps, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now listen. This is holding company. This is subsidiary company. Share capital, general reserve, P&L. I am using old format for the today's discussion for the purpose of understanding. You know that you want to prepare as per Schedule 3 format only. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is only for the classroom purpose, but for the examination point, you have to use only Schedule 3 format. So this will be easy to understand. Then debentures, then current liabilities, fixed assets, investment in yes, current assets, share capital, general reserve, P&L, debenture, current liabilities, fixed assets, current assets. Now, share capital, reserves and surplus, debentures, current liabilities, fixed assets, current assets. Okay. Hopefully you are taking notes also. Okay. Now mute learn enable பண்ணுங்க. I hope everybody is taking notes now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What I will do 200, I will keep it over here. So here we will keep 200, 200, 100, 100. So if that is the case, I'll keep 300. I will keep oh sorry, I have to keep 30, 10, 10, 20, 10, 20, 30, 50, 150. Match done? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
$300, 150, 170, 180, 190. Match dagana 300, 300 வருதா? பாருங்க 300, 300 வருதானே? வருதா?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
150, 150. Here I will keep 20, 20. Not related to 20. So this will be 140, right? 140. Now tallied, amma. Balance sheet is tallied. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now listen. So you are given with two companies' financial statement, company X and company H and company S. Correct? Shares will be given, or otherwise also the percentage will be given. Otherwise, you can find out by way of investment. It comes to 70% now. Correct? So since H Limited is invested 70 rupees in S Limited, S Limited out of 100 rupees, 70 rupees held by H Limited. So it is become a holding subsidiary relationship. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. In the shares வாங்குன அன்னைக்கோட இந்த இடத்துல நம்ம ஸ்டெப் நம்பர் 1 என்ன யூஸ் பண்ணிருக்கோம் சொல்லுங்க பார்க்கலாம். Date of
acquisition shareholding pattern.
Correct? In the
Yes,
date
sir.
of acquisitions are very important. Mostly it will be given in the question, otherwise you have to find out. எப்ப இந்த 50% touch பண்ணுதோ, that will be the date of acquisition of control. Is it clear? See,
Yes, sir.
this might be occurred on a single day. In the 70 நம்ம பார்த்திருக்க எக்ஸாம்பிள் ஒரே டேட்ல வாங்கி இருக்கலாம் அல்லது மல்டிபிள் டேட்ல வாங்கி இருக்கலாம். மல்டிபிள் டேட்ல வாங்கும்போது என்னைக்கு வந்து 50% தாண்டுதோ தட் இஸ் த டேட் ஆஃப் அக்யூசியேஷன். இஸ் இட் கிளியர்?
எஸ் சார்.
ஆனா உங்களுக்கு கன்சாலிடேஷன் இன்னைக்கு சொல்லி தர கான்செப்ட் ஃபைனல்ல இருக்கிறதுல 20 to 30% கான்செப்ட் தான். ஏன்னா ஃபைனல்ல இருக்க அத்தனை கான்செப்ட் உங்களுக்கு இல்ல. ஃபைனல்ல வரும்போது பேலன்ஸ் 70% கான்செப்ட் நீங்க படிக்கணும். ஏன்னா இதுலயே வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா டேட் ஆஃப் அக்யூசியேஷன் சிங்கிள் ஸ்டேஜ், மல்டி ஸ்டேஜ், அடுத்து கண்ட்ரோல் வர்றதுக்கு முன்னாடி அக்யூசியேஷன் இருக்குது, கண்ட்ரோல் வந்ததுக்கு அப்புறம் அக்யூசியேஷன் இருக்குது, இந்த கம்பெனி அந்த கம்பெனில வாங்குறதுக்கு முன்னாடி ஷேர்ஸ் வச்சிருந்தாங்க. ஓகே, இந்த மாதிரி ஏகப்பட்ட செயின் ஹோல்டிங், கிராஸ் ஹோல்டிங், ஓகேங்களா, ட்ரையாங்கிள் ஹோல்டிங், இந்த மாதிரி ஏகப்பட்ட விஷயங்கள் டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணுவோம். ஸோ இப்போ நீங்க படிக்கிறது வந்து ஜஸ்ட் 20% ஆஃப் தி சாப்டர் ஃபைனல். உங்க சிலபஸ் எல்லாத்தையும் சொல்லி கொடுத்துருவேன். பட் கன்சாலிடேஷன் தெரிஞ்சிருச்சு, ஃபுல்லா தெரிஞ்சிருச்சுன்னு நினைச்சுக்காத. ஃபைனல்ல வரும்போது இன்னும் 70-80% will be pending. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
I hope everybody can understand because few people from Hyderabad and Cochin also today. Those people also can understand Tamil or okay, anyhow, if it's a problem, let me know. Okay, no. Because in the Google registration form, we've gone through the no. The same thing will be in the YouTube also, so nothing to worry. You can see from that also. Now, so இப்போ நமக்கு டேட்டா ஆஃப் அக்யூசியேஷன் கண்ட்ரோல் பண்ணி அந்த 50% வர்றது, அது will be given as the question. Very 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 important. ஏன்னா அதை பேஸ் பண்ணி தான் ஃபுல் அனாலிசிஸே இருக்க போகுது. இதை பேஸ் பண்ணி தான் ஸ்டெப் நம்பர் 2 இஸ் கோயிங் டு பி தேர். ஏன்னா ஸ்டெப் நம்பர் 2ல என்ன பேர் எழுதிருக்கேன் பாருங்க, அனாலிசிஸ் ஆஃப்
subsidiary reserves and subsidiary reserves and surplus with reference to date of acquisition and their summary.
அப்ப நீங்க ஸ்டெப் 1ல டேட்டா ஆஃப் அக்யூசியேஷன் கண்ட்ரோல் தப்பா எழுதுனீங்கன்னா, டேட்டா ஆஃப் அக்யூசியேஷன் கண்ட்ரோல் தப்பா எழுதுனீங்கன்னா ஸ்டெப் நம்பர் 2 இஸ் ராங். ஸ்டெப் நம்பர் 2 இஸ் ராங்னா ஸ்டெப் 3, ஸ்டெப் 4, ஸ்டெப் 5, ஸ்டெப் 6 என்டையர் ஆன்சர் இஸ் ராங். புரியுதுங்களா?
எஸ் சார்.
Actually, these steps will be helpful to step number 2. Step number 2 will be helpful to step 3 as well as step number 4. புரியுதுங்களா?
Yes sir.
அப்ப ஸ்டெப் 1 கரெக்ட்டா பண்ணா ஸ்டெப் 2 தப்பாயிடும். அப்ப ஸ்டெப் 2ல இருந்தா 3, 4, 6 எல்லாம் போகுது. இங்க பிளஸ் ஸ்டெப் 6க்கு வரும். அப்ப 3 ஸ்டெப்ஸ்க்கு போகுது. அப்ப அந்த 3 ஸ்டெப்மே தப்பாயிடும். கரெக்ட்டா? Yes or no?
Yes sir. Yes sir.
The date of acquisition or control is very important. Assume that in our problem, this financial statement is given as on 31/3/21 or 31/3/22. This also 22. Date of acquisition, assume the date of acquisition is 1st October 21. 1st October 21. Our financial year, can you please tell me the financial year for this problem? 1/4/21 to 31/3/22. Yes or no?
Sir.
The date of acquisition is
1/10/2001.
So the problem is divided into 2 parts. One is 1/4/21 to 39/21. The another is 1/10/21 to 31/3/22. Yes or no?
Yes sir.
So this is called a pre-acquisition. This is called a post-acquisition. This is called a pre-acquisition. This is called a post-acquisition. Do you agree with me?
Yes sir.
So pre-acquisition, post-acquisition is considered based on date of acquisition only. So what you have to do? So properly you have to write the date of acquisition. Otherwise the entire answer will be wrong. Okay, அடுத்தது இது எதுக்கு சார் எழுத போறீங்க? இது எதுக்கு சார்? Why you are written this? I will go to the next step. Step number 1ல I told you 1A 1B மாதிரி. So this is 1A. What is 1A?
Date of acquisition.
1B. Okay. Assume that here the question says that okay 70 shares are in out of the 70 shares have been acquired by this. So now shareholding pattern will be H limited, S limited, 70/30, percentage also 70%, 30%. Yes or no? This I will write face value 10 னு வெச்சுக்கங்களேன். Assume that face value 10. Face value 10. அப்ப எவ்வளவு ஷேர்ஸ்க்கு நான் வருவீங்க? 7 shares, 3 shares, 3 lakh shares, 7 lakh shares and 3 lakh shares. Number of shares கண்ணா, அதாவது டோட்டலா கேபிட்டல் சப்சிடரி எவ்வளவு இருக்கு? 100 divided by 10. Face value 10 எவ்வளவு ஆச்சு? 10 ஆச்சா?
10.
அதுல 7 lakh shares. இது வந்து நீங்க lakhs கூட வச்சுக்கலாம். யார் வச்சிருக்கான்? இவன் வச்சிருக்கான். சோ இது நம்ம டிபெண்ட்ஸ் ஆன் தி ப்ராப்ளம் போடுவோம். நமக்கு இந்த ப்ராப்ளம்ல 70% 30% தெரிஞ்சிருச்சா?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? So step number
Yes,
1
sir.
யாருக்கு டவுட் இருக்கா?
No, sir.
No.
Okay, step number 2. Step number 2 என்னது? Analysis of
Subsidiary reserves and surplus with reference to
data.
Date of acquisition and their summary.
So நமக்கு சப்சிடியோட ரிசர்வ்ஸ் அண்ட் சர்ப்ளஸ் இந்த ப்ராப்ளம்ல ரெண்டே தான் இருக்கு. ஜெனரல் ரிசர்வ், P&L, கரெக்ட்டா?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The general reserve and P&L are supposed to be analyzed into pre and post based on the data of acquisition of control kana. Pre and post based on data of acquisition of the control. Is it clear?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir. No.
sir.
Okay,
Yes,
now
sir.
நமக்கு data of acquisition என்னைக்கு இந்த ப்ராப்ளம்ல?
1st
110.
October 21.
Okay. Step number 2. Step number 2.
Two.
Step number 2 என்ன சொன்னீங்க? Analysis of
Analysis of subsidiary reserves and
reserves
surplus
and surplus with
with
reference
respect
to
date of acquisition
data of acquisition and summary.
and
Correct?
their summary. Yes, sir.
இந்த ரெண்டு டைப் ஆஃப் ப்ராப்ளம் இருக்குன்னா இந்த டேட் ஆஃப் அக்விசிஷன் பிகினிங் ஆஃப் தி இயர்ல இருக்கலாம், எண்ட் ஆஃப் தி இயர்ல இருக்கலாம். அப்படி இருந்ததுன்னா ஒரு மாதிரி, அல்லது டூரிங் தி ஃபைனான்சியல் இயர்ல இருக்கலாம். புரியுதுங்களா? டேட் ஆஃப் அக்விசிஷன் எப்படி இருக்கலாம்?
Beginning or end of the year ல இருக்கலாம் or during the year.
அது எதுவா இருந்தாலும் சரி, till the date of acquisition, whatever the reserves are there, that has to be analyzed as a pre, post-க்கு அப்புறம் வந்தது என்னன்னு சொல்றோம்? சாரி, அக்விசிஷனுக்கு அப்புறம் வந்தது என்னன்னு சொல்றோம்? போஸ்ட்னு சொல்றோம். புரியுதுங்களா?
Yes, sir.
சரி, இந்த ப்ராப்ளம்ல நமக்கு டோட்டல் எவ்வளவு கொடுத்திருக்காங்க? ஜெனரல் ரிசர்வ்
20.
20. இந்த இடத்துல நோட் போட்டு ரிசர்வ்ஸ் பேலன்ஸ் as on 1/4/21. Reserve balance as on 1/4/21. General reserve 10. General reserve 10 வேணா 8 போடலாம். General reserve 8. P&L I will take it as 12. ஒரே ஒரு நோட் கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. என்ன நோட்? Reserves balance as on 1/4/21. Beginning of the financial yearல general reserve 8 இருக்கு, P&L எவ்வளவு இருக்கு? 12 இருக்கு. இது ரெண்டும் இப்போ நமக்கு general reserve total closing as on 31/3/20. Am I going fast or are you okay with this?
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. See, how much is the closing reserves?
20.
Closing reserves, how much is that?
20.
20 is there. Correct? Okay. Now, out of that, okay, how much is the opening reserve?
8.
8.
Okay. So, closing is 20. Out of that, 8 is as an opening, that amount is there. Okay. After that, how much is generated during the year?
12, sir.
12.
12.
I told you that till the date of acquisition, whatever the reserves are there, that is a pre. After the date of acquisition, whatever the reserves are there is post. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So this is how it will be analyzed. I will be going to step number 2. Just I'm doing a problem, my dear friends. General reserve. How much is the closing?
20.
20. Out of that, how much is the opening?
8.
8. Balance is current year. How much? 12. Correct?
Yes, sir.
This 8, damn sure it is what profit? Capital profit, pre-acquisition profit or post-acquisition profit? This 8 is a pre-acquisition reserves or post-acquisition reserves?
Pre-acquisition.
Do you agree with me? Pre-acquisition reserves. So this is called a capital reserve. This is called what? No, because as on 1/4/21 itself, this 8 was existed. I purchased on 1/10/2021 only. Tell me, yeah.
Yes, sir.
So these reserves to be split into 2 parts: April to September, October to March. April to September, October to March. Are you getting connected with me?
Yes, sir.
So we will take an assumption. Okay, the reserve is occurred evenly throughout the period. அப்ப இங்க எவ்வளவு எழுதலாம்? Pre-acquisition எவ்வளவு?
6.
Pre-acquisition, this is called a post-acquisition. Yes or no?
Yes,
How
sir.
much I will write? 12 into 6 by 12, which comes to 6. Here also 6. Do you agree with me?
Yes,
sir.
This is capital reserve. This is revenue reserve. So total capital reserves equal to 8 plus 6, which comes to 14. Anybody having any doubts in these steps, let me know. Anyone having any doubts in these steps, let me know. Tell me, nobody's having doubt, huh? Anyone is having any doubt on this? No doubt. Now, if you have doubt, you should ask me, then only I will come to know. Otherwise, I may not know. Everybody is clear?
Yes, sir.
No response. Everybody is in mute or able to hear me also? Okay. So, whatever the reserves are generated till the date of acquisition is called pre. After that is called post. Opening completely, we know that 8 is a pre-acquisition. Balance 12 needs to be split into 2 till the date of acquisition and after the date of acquisition. Till the date of acquisition is pre. After the date of acquisition is a post. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, the same way I have to do it for P&L also. Profit and loss account. What is the closing balance? 20 only, correct? Huh? And opening balance is 12. Now, rupees 20. So this I have to split into 2. Opening. Repeat with me. Opening. Current year. That is the balance.
Opening 12.
Opening is how much? 12.
12.
12. So this is called a pre-acquisition. This is called a CP. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
No. This 8 has to be split into 2, like last problem. April to September, October to March. Here is 4. Here is a 4. Correct? Huh? This is called post-acquisition profit. Sorry, this is pre-acquisition profit. I'll be calling as capital profit. This revenue profit. This is revenue profit. So total CP is equal to 12 plus 4, which comes to 16. Any doubts on this? RP stands for revenue profit. CP stands for capital profit. In the above one, CR stands for capital reserve. RR stands for revenue reserve. Hopefully you are clear, or any doubts are there? Everybody please clear. Ritika, Jyodhimani, everybody's. Even you are not able to speak, you are traveling, all those things, you put a message at least. Otherwise it will be difficult, no? Now, hopefully you are clear in this. So,
Yes, sir.
next. So we have successfully completed step number 2, part A. So what is step number 2? Repeat. Analysis of
Analysis of subsidiary reserves in surplus
with reference to data of acquisition or control.
and their summary.
So I hope we completed this. We had 2 reserves in the subsidiary. We have analyzed those 2 reserves into pre and post with reference to data of acquisition or control. Am I right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what is step number 2B? Step 2B. You can keep it as step 2B. What?
Data of acquisition and their summary of
Summary, na? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Particulars. Pre-acquisition profit, post-acquisition profit. Here CP or CR, RR, RP. This is nothing but, my dear friends, very, very important. மேல போட்டிருக்கிறத அப்படியே இங்க காப்பி அடிச்சு எழுதணும். Okay. C will be total. Friends, how much of general reserve? See first flow chart. How much capital reserve or capital profit?
14.
14. RR?
6.
So I have to write 14 here, 6 here, nil. Next, flow chart 2, CP.
16.
RP.
4.
Now make a total, which comes to 36, 4. Clear? Summary is nothing but whatever was existed that I split, I just made a total at one place, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now out of this, how much will go for holding money? How much will go to minority? See, subsidiary company la 100 shares la 30% shares than irukanga, adanaல minority nu sollama. You are not supposed to use the subsidiary company name. Hereafter, everywhere you have to use the word called minority. That is called minority interest. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, see, this is a total profit of the subsidiary, correct? Total profit of the subsidiary is split into CP, RR, RP, correct?
Yes, sir.
Whatever is the profit is earned by, whatever the profit is earned by subsidiary, to the extent of 70% must be shared with the holding company.
Yes, sir.
Now, invest company. Balance 30% alone will go to minority. Do you agree with me? Because shareholding pattern in step number 1B, 70%, 30%. So please understand here, whatever the profit was generated by the subsidiary company, to the extent of 70% will be given to holding company because he has invested to the extent of 70% in my company. Balance 30% alone will come to subsidiary. Friends, if you want to understand this, hopefully you would have had some study by your own, or you would have attended classes, you can understand very well. Otherwise, take all these notes and revise it once again. Definitely at the end of the session, you will understand clearly consolidated financial statement. Now, till this moment is clear. So now 30 into 70%, please.
21.
How much?
21.
Here 9. 6 into 70%.
4.2.
4.2. And minority balance amount 1.8.
1.8.
Then 4 into 70%.
2.8.
2.8.
2.8, huh?
Yes, sir.
2.8, 1.2. So here I didn't do anything. There was 3 water bottle. So those 3 water bottle had a water. I splitted those water into different categories. Correct? So even if you go and make a total of this, you'll be getting 40 only. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So till step number 2 is clear with everybody?
Sir.
Tell me what we did. Step number 1.
Date of acquisition.
Date of acquisition of control, then shareholding pattern. Correct?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Now, step number 2, we analyzed subsidiary reserves and surplus with reference to date of acquisition of control. Subsidiary reserves and surplus. நமக்கு subsidiary எத்தனை reserves and surplus was?
2.
2. So those
General
reserves,
P&L.
general reserves and P&L has to be analyzed into pre and post with reference to date of acquisition of control.
Yes, sir.
So here note is given, SN 1421 general reserve opening balance is 8, P&L is 12. So upper balance only would have been generated in the current year. So we analyze that, correct?
Yes, sir.
I hope we are copying these notes also. Now, then we prepared a summary. After we prepared a summary, this is based on step number 1B. What is that? Shareholding pattern. So based on this shareholding pattern, I split it into how much of amount will go to holding company, how much of amount will go to minority. That analysis have been done. Yes or no? Everybody tell me yes,
Yes,
or
sir.
no.
Yes, sir.
So that analysis was over. Okay, so that analysis was over. Correct? Yes or no? Now, இதுல இருந்து எந்தெந்த ஸ்டெப்ஸுக்கு எவ்வளவு அமௌண்ட் போகும் அப்படிங்கறத நெக்ஸ்ட் பார்ட் ஆஃப் தி டிஸ்கஷன். இதுல இருந்து எந்தெந்த ஸ்டெப்ஸுக்கு how much of amount will go அப்படிங்கறத நெக்ஸ்ட் பார்ட் ஆஃப் தி டிஸ்கஷன். சல்லை yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now listen carefully. All these 3, will go to step number 3 because which belongs to minority. So all these three, pre-acquisition profit as well as post-acquisition profit of minority interest, will go to step number 3. What is step number 3?
Minority interest.
Minority interest. This CP, what is CP? Holding company CP is there, that alone will go to step number 4. What is step number 4?
Cost of control, computation of goodwill and capital reserve.
And capital reserves.
Capital
Yes or no?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
This post-acquisition of shareholding pattern is there, post-acquisition of shareholding pattern. This will go to step number 6. This will go to step number 6. What is step number 6?
Reserves for CBS.
Reserves for consolidated balance sheet. So hopefully you would have taken note. Okay. Pre as well as post-acquisition share of minority interest will go to which step?
Step 3, minority
Step
interest.
3 only, minority interest. Pre-acquisition of holding company will go to step number
4.
4. Post-acquisition of holding company, share of holding company profit will go to?
Step 6.
Okay, now listen. After you have incorporated step number 2A and 2B, step number 1A, 1B is become irrelevant. Correct? Because those
Yes,
information have already incorporated in step number 2 and 2A and 2B. Correct?
Yes, sir.
After you have incorporated step 2 information into the respective steps, step 2 is going to be irrelevant. So none of the information from step number 1 and step number 2 will travel to consolidated financial statement. Because already step 2 will break பண்ணி and the respective step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6 ல கொண்டு போய் பார்க் பண்றோமா?
Yes, sir.
So only from step number 3, 4, 5, 6 in the 4 steps you have to consider for consolidated balance sheet. You should not consider any of information from step number 1 as well as from step number 2. Clear? Okay, now so we have successfully completed how many steps? Hello everybody, reply to me, how many steps?
2 steps.
2 steps. So 1 hour is over. We have another 1 hour of time. Now, step number 3. Step number 3. What is step number 3?
Minority interest.
You know who is minority interest now, correct? Minority interest. How many percentage?
30%.
30%. Now listen. 30 plus A, share of share capital. This alone I will explain to you. What are the other things are there? Step 3, step 2 will come share of CP, share of CP, share of RR, ABCD, share of RP. All those information will come from step number 2, Appa.
Yes, sir.
Step number 2. See here, how much? 9, 1.8. Here it is CP is 9.0. This is 1.8. Then 1.2. Any doubt on this?
No, sir.
No. Okay. Then step number 4 is what? Cost of control. This step is related to holding company. This step is related to whom?
Holding
company. Here, alphabet A, amount invested. Amount invested from balance sheet of holding company. Okay, clear? Alphabet B, value of investment. Value of investment, share of share capital, share of CP. We make this total and C you'll be getting goodwill or capital reserve. Clear appa? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, so amount invested minus alphabet B என்னது value of investment. C வந்து goodwill or capital reserve. கண்ணா நமக்கு ஸ்டெப் நம்பர் 2ல இன்னும் ஒரு இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் இன்கார்பரேட் பண்ணாம இருக்கிறோம். கரெக்டா? ஸ்டெப் நம்பர் 2ல ஒரு இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் இன்கார்பரேட் பண்ணாம இருக்கும். மைனாரிட்டி ஃபுல்லா இன்கார்பரேட் பண்ணிட்டோமா?
Yes, sir.
ஹோல்டிங் அமௌண்டோட சிபி எங்க போகும்னு சொல்லியிருக்கேன்.
Step 4.
அப்ப should I go here and write how much it is 21, right? I have to write 21. Correct? This comes from that particular steps. I have to write 21 here. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I'll go back to the problem. We'll come back to the answer later on. Now listen. Share capital is there na? இதுல 70% will go to some steps, 30% will go to some other steps. 30% will go to step number 3, 70% will go to step number 4. Is it clear? Subsidiary company share capital, share of share capital to the extent of shares held by holding company in the subsidiary company, that extent will go to step number 4 and balance held by minority will go to step number 3. Is it clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Friends, you know that this information already considered into all steps. நிறைய ஸ்டெப்ஸ்ல கன்சிடர் பண்ணிட்டோமா? ஸ்டெப் 2ல எல்லாத்தையும் அனலைஸ் பண்ணி வச்சிட்டுமா? அங்க இருந்து 3 4 6 க்கு போயிடுச்சு. அப்ப இதை அடிச்சு விட்டுறலாமா?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now, in the 100 rupees share capital, now it is going to go to step number 3 as well as step number 4. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now listen. So what I have to do? I have to go to step number 3. I have to go to step number 3. Step number 3 la how much I have to write? 100 was there na? 100 into 30% comes to
30.
30.0. Then step number 4, here I have to write 100 into 70%. I have to write how much?
70.
70. Now do you agree with me? The share capital is posted into respective ledger particular account going to particular steps. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Reserves and surplus also parked into various steps. So say that this equity portion of the subsidiary is split into different portion and is parked into the respective place in Soliacha.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now. Step number 4. Step number 4. Value of investment will be 81 now. Correct? 70 plus 91. Value of investment will be 91. Amount invested from where? From
Holding company.
balance sheet
Balance sheet of holding company.
Now this 70 I'm going to write it here. This 70 I'm going to write in this place. So now that investment also is considered into the some working nota.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now listen. How much I have invested? But what is the value today? So are you getting a profit or loss? Profit. Profit is how much? 21, right? This is become capital reserve. This has to be considered into consolidated balance sheet. Is that clear? Everybody, you had invested only 70 rupee. Today the value of that 70 is become 91. So you have a profit of 21. Suppose value kammiya irundadna, it is a goodwill. Is it clear? Nama puriyala?
Yes, sir.
Okay. இப்போ ஸ்டெப் நம்பர் 3 அப்படியே நின்னுட்டு இருக்கு. அதையும் க்ளோஸ் பண்ணிடலாம். டோட்டல் சொல்லுங்க. 1.8 இது வந்து 2 3 42. This will go to consolidated balance sheet liability side. Okay. Step 3, step 4 எத்தனை பேருக்கு not able to understand, let me know. Step 3 and step 4 ஓட information comes from 3 different places. One is Step number 2 ல இருந்து portion of the information, then subsidiary நோடைய balance sheet ல இருந்து portion of share capital for step 3, portion of share capital for step 4. அதுக்கு அடுத்தது holding company னுடைய balance sheet ல asset side ல எவ்வளவு இன்வெஸ்ட் பண்ணுமோ that will come to step number 4. Are you clear? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Step number 5 in this problem, it is not there. I will explain to you that later on separately. Intercompany transaction and stock reserves, I will be explaining to you later on separately. Step number 6 another. In this problem, nil. Step number 6 another. Reserves for consolidated balance sheet. This is for holding money. This is for holding money. Shall we go ahead and prepare? How many
Yes, sir.
reserves was there in the holding company balance sheet? Tell me. General reserve and P&L. General reserve and P&L. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So, as per holding company balance sheet, as per holding company balance sheet, how much was reserves? Kana? 2010 na?
Yes, sir.
So write 2010 here. 20 rupees, 10 rupees. B. Share of profit. Step number 2. Step 2 ல ஒரு information என்ன consider பண்ணாம வச்சிட்டு இருக்கோமா? Step 2 ல we are to consider one information. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
What is that information? Step 2 la go and see step 2. This 21 is considered step number 4.
Yes, sir.
This 9, 1.8, 1.2 is considered to step number 3.
Yes, sir.
4.2, 2.8 is set to consider.
Yes, sir.
So go here, write 4.2. Then what is an amount? 2.8.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
2.8. Please make a total. 12.8, 24.2. Is that clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this also will go to consolidated balance. This also will go to consolidated balance. So hopefully you would have written this information, my dear friends. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So I will be asking questions. Shall we continue? Okay, now listen. So we have some interpretation now. So hopefully you are clear with all these steps. Step number 1, step 2, 3, 4. Now tell me the steps. Step number 1. Step number 1. Step number 1 is
Date of acquisition.
date of acquisition and
Shareholding pattern.
shareholding pattern. Shareholding pattern. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now step number 1 is date of acquisition and shareholding pattern. Step number 2.
Analysis of
Analysis of
subsidiary
subsidiary
reserves
Data
and their
Step number 3.
minority interest.
Step number 4.
Cost of control. Computation of goodwill.
Capital reserve.
Step number 5.
Intercompany transactions.
Intercompany transaction, mutual owing
Step number 6.
reserve for
So for consolidated balance.
Now listen here. Date of control we are written and based on shareholding pattern we are written. Then analysis of subsidiary reserves and surplus with reference to data control and summary. General reserve, opening, balancing figure were written. Pre-acquisition profit, the balance is post-acquisition profit. All those things we did. P&L separately we did. Even if you have one more research, you have to do like that. Then you have to prepare summary. In this summary, just incorporate all the information which you did above. Then Hutch Limited minority interest breakup. You have to arrive the breakup. From this, post and pre-acquisition profit, share of post and pre-acquisition profit of the minority will go to
Step 3.
Step number 3.
quick revise பண்ணுங்க 1 minute. Okay, so the share of minority interest, okay, pre as well as post will go to, both will go to
Step 3.
step 3. Anyway, reply to me, everybody. Next, pre-acquisition profit of holding company will go to
Step 4.
post-acquisition profit of holding company will go to.
Step 6.
So,
Step 6.
so now whatever the information which was existed in step number 2 have been incorporated to step number 3, step number 4, step number 5. So after incorporating that information, this step is become irrelevant. Correct? Either or information will not go to consolidated balance sheet. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. After that, whatever is there from step 2, I written in the step number 3 as well as step number 4. Now, whole subsidiary company equity and the equity share capital is split into 2. Share of holding company will go to that, and share of some portion shareholding will go to step number 3. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Then investment in S Limited in the books of holding company will go to cost of control. I have written that also. Any doubt on this?
No, sir.
Finally, you have to prepare reserves for consolidated balance sheet. For reserves for consolidated balance sheet, you know that this already written into step number 6. We written na?
Yes, sir.
Yes sir, no must. We already written
Yes,
into
sir.
step number 6. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now listen. So whatever I striked out now, all those things have been incorporated somewhere in the some steps, correct?
Yes, sir.
So now we have to prepare what?
Consolidated balance.
Podlama?
Yes, sir.
Listen. Fixed assets, line by line addition, 100 plus 100, which comes to
200.
200. Current assets, line by line addition, 130 plus 50 comes to
180.
Okay. Current liabilities also line by line addition, 110 plus 5 is equal to
150.
115. Debenture also line by line addition, 10 plus 5 is equal to 15. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So all this is our information is very easy. You know that these assets and liabilities, and these assets and liabilities are line by line addition subject to some condition, but in this problem there is no condition. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. அடுத்தது. Now listen. Reserves and surplus of holding company is already considered to step number 6. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Step 6 க்கு போயிட்டு அங்க இருந்து consolidated balance sheet க்கு வரும். Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now reserves and surplus from step number 6 க்கு na. How much is written under step number 6? Make a total. Okay, otherwise I'll write here reserves and surplus. General reserve 24.2, then 12.8. எவ்வளவு ஆச்சு total? 37. This 37 I have to write it here. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Share capital, reserves and surplus. Capital reserve. Step number 6. Number 4. Now listen. Listen carefully. இப்ப இந்த ஷேர் கேபிட்டல் 150 ஏதாவது ஒரு ஸ்டெப்ஸ்ல இன்கார்பரேட் பண்ணிருக்கீங்களா?
No, sir.
நோ. அப்ப அப்படியே எழுதலாமா 150?
Yes, sir.
அடுத்தது ரிசர்வ்ஸ் அண்ட் சர்ப்ளஸ் ஸ்டெப் நம்பர் 6ல நம்ம எவ்வளவு போட்டுருக்கோம்?
37.
Now tell me, all the information of the holding company and subsidiary companies have been completely wind up. Assets on the line by line added. Share capital of the holding company we written as it is. Reserves and surplus of the holding company goes to step number 6. From step number 6, which comes to me. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Investment in S Limited. This gets cancelled in step number 4. Correct, Appa?
Yes, sir.
Now, step number 4ல goodwill capital reserve step அப்போ வந்து step by step போலாம். Step 1 2 have been incorporated. Correct? Step 3ல minority interest எவ்வளவு?
42.
So that 42 will come to the balance sheet. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So 42. Step 4ல are you getting goodwill or gain on bargain purchase? Sorry, capital reserve. Capital reserve means that will come into reserves and surplus side only na. 21.
Yes, sir.
At the step number 6 la 37. Correct?
Yes,
Now
sir.
make a total, please. Make a total. It must tally, otherwise you would have done mistakes.
Yes, sir. 380.
This is called consolidated balance sheet. Tally, na?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We'll add some extra masala to this, like revaluation, stock reserve, intercompany transaction, this, that, etc. But are you able to understand the flow? That is very important. Okay.
Yes,
Now
sir.
I'll go back to once again and I'll explain to you. Hopefully you have written the balance sheet also, or do you want time to copy this?
No, sir.
Okay. Now listen. Whenever you say consolidation, you should not worry much about consolidation. You should worry about only this area. Consolidation means, yes, consolidation means simply a line by line additions of assets and liabilities. Correct, Abba? Consolidation means line by line additions of assets except a certain adjustment. This company asset, that company assets, add together. This company liability, that company liability, add together. Subject to the condition. What is the condition? Revaluation, stock reserve, இதெல்லாம் இருந்ததுன்னா மியூச்சுவல் ஓயிங் இதெல்லாம் இருந்ததுன்னா வரும். புரியுதுங்களா? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So,
sir.
consolidation means all the assets and liabilities. Tell me all the assets and liabilities. All the assets and liabilities.
Line by line.
Line by line addition subject to the condition. What is those
Condition.
condition? What is those condition? I will open that condition after this understanding. But this is a primary thing you have to understand. Once you understood this, then every adjustment can easily tackle it. Correct, Appa?
Yes, sir.
Appa, all the assets and liabilities will be added to consolidated balance sheet as it is. As it is. Correct? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Seri. Subsidiary company, share capital of the subsidiary company, will it come to the consolidated balance sheet or not?
No, sir.
No, sir.
That portion goes to step number 4 to cancel the intercompany investment. In the capital kulla dhaan investment irukku. Appo adha rendai cancel pandradha step 4 ku poidha 70%.
Yes, sir.
Yes or no, ma?
Yes, sir.
30% goes to minority interest and the 30% comes to the consolidated balance sheet in the form of minority interest total. And 130 comes to step number 3 from step number 3 which comes here. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
But concept understanding irukonu purida. 70 is used to cancel the investment, whereas 30 goes to minority, from minority which comes to consolidated balance sheet. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Reserves and surplus of subsidiary is split into many ways. அதுக்கு தான் நிறைய workings பண்ணோம். Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 6. கரெக்ட்டா?
Yes, sir.
அப்ப அங்க இருந்து consolidated balance sheet வந்துரும். கரெக்ட்டா? அப்ப கம்ப்ளீட்டா அப்ப subsidiary company balance sheet கழட்டி விடலாமா?
Yes, sir.
சொல்லுப்பா, all the information considered, not considered? Considered. Now, what about holding company assets and liabilities? Everything is added up.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what about that investment? What about that investment? Investment in subsidiary company. Investment in subsidiary company.
Cancel.
Cancelled. Where to cancel? It is already cancelled with the share of share capital. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Step number 4 la and the share of share capital 70 and the investment 70 plus capital reserve cancel பண்ணி தான் goodwill or capital reserve வந்தது. அப்ப இது ரெண்டு கேன்சல் ஆயிட்டு அந்த இடத்துல goodwill வந்து asset side, capital reserve வந்து liability side எழுதணும். கரெக்ட்டா?
Yes, sir.
அடுத்து. சோ இப்ப subsidiary company balance sheet கம்ப்ளீட்டா அனலைஸ் பண்ணியாச்சு. எது வந்து கன்சாலிடேட் போறோம், எது வராதுன்றது. கரெக்ட்டாப்பா?
Yes, sir.
Now, holding company இது பாருங்க கண்ணா. Holding company share capital, will it come to consolidated balance sheet or not?
Yes, sir.
That will come as it is. That will come as it is. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Reserves and surplus of holding company, will it come to consolidated balance sheet? Yes, not directly, through step number
6.
Understood?
Yes, sir.
அப்ப consolidation ப்ராப்ளத்தை பார்த்து பயந்துகிட்டு இருக்கணுமா, இல்ல your entire focus must be given to one area. That area is nothing but equities and reserves and surplus of subsidiary. மத்ததெல்லாம் லைன் பை லைன் அடிஷன் தானே?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? Everybody understood or not? You
Yes,
have any doubts, you ask with me before I move forward with intercompany transaction on stock reserve. Once I complete this and revaluation, then everything will be over. Okay? இதுதான் பேசிக்ஸ். எப்படி வந்து நம்ம வந்து ஏதோ எழுதி வச்சுக்கலாம் வர நம்ம ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணல. ஒரு எக்ஸாம்பிள்ஸ் கொடுத்தோம், கொடுத்துட்டு அதுல இருந்து ஸ்டெப் 1, ஸ்டெப் 2, ஸ்டெப் 3, ஸ்டெப் 4, ஸ்டெப் 5, ஸ்டெப் 6 போட்டோம். அப்புறம் கன்சாலிடேட்டட் பேலன்ஸ் ஷீட் போட்டோம், டேலி ஆச்சு, அவ்வளவுதான், ஓவர். Are you able to have this control with you or not?
Yes, sir.
Anyone having any doubt, let me know. I'll give you 1 minute. Make it fast. You have another 34 minutes in your hand. So if you have doubt, you can ask with me. Over. Clear. Understood, sir. Okay. So consolidation பார்த்து பயப்படாதீங்க. ஐயோ ஓல்டு சிலபஸ்ல இல்ல புது சிலபஸ்ல வந்துருச்சு. இதுல என்ன ஒரு காமென்னா ஓல்டு சிலபஸ் நியூ சிலபஸ், இதுல many people have registered for this, but maybe office time or some other reason they were not able to attend it now live. They might be getting recorded or YouTube one only. Okay, now. So don't get a fear about the topic. See, whatever the topic, you should first break into the pieces. Try to understand how this information gets traveled from this place to that place. Like how this consolidated balance sheet is prepared. Once you have that control, all those working out is going to be very, very, very simple. And you know in this problem, assets and liabilities of this company and that company added together subject to the condition. Liability of this and that added subject to the condition. Share capital of the holding company will come to the consolidated balance sheet directly. The reserves and surplus of holding company will go to step 6. From step 6, it will come to consolidated balance sheet. Investment in S Limited will not come to consolidated balance sheet because that is intercompany. That will get cancelled with one portion of the capital and the capital reserve. That is in step number 4. If the cancel பண்ணும்போது either will be getting goodwill or capital reserve. If goodwill comes, that will go to asset side. If capital reserve comes, that goes to reserves and surplus. Correct, Abba? Now,
Yes, sir.
now holding company complete assets and liabilities have been incorporated to consolidated balance sheet either directly or through step 6 or cancelled. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Holding company all assets and liabilities either comes to consolidated balance sheet directly, like share capital comes directly, assets comes directly, liability comes directly, or through step 6. Some steps. Because general reserve P&L goes to step 6. From step 6, it comes to consolidated balance sheet. And investment will not come to consolidated balance sheet. This is get cancelled along with share of share capital. So on the cancellation பண்ணும்போது, you'll be getting either goodwill or capital reserve. That will come either in the assets or liability side. So now complete picture of consolidated holding company have been dismantled and parked into respective consolidated balance sheet. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
If you go to subsidiary company, already assets and liabilities of subsidiary company would have been parked over there. Correct? Now only share capital, reserves and surpluses are there. Share capital में 30% goes to minority, 70% goes to cost of
Control.
Now we did lot of working. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 6. All this adjustment for the purpose of 2 reserve, that is general reserve and P&L of the subsidiary company. Correct?
Yes, sir.
அதுதானே வேற இடத்துக்கு போயிட்டு consolidated balance sheet வரது சொல்லுப்பா.
Yes, sir.
அப்ப consolidated financial statement னா your entire attention should be on only one area, that is equity of subsidiary company. Nothing to worry about other area. Other areas very simple. Correct, Appa?
Yes, sir.
So anyone having any doubt, let me know quickly. We took 1.5 hours effectively because we started exactly at 4:30. Now 1.5 hours, we covered the complete concept, almost 80% of the concept of consolidated balance sheet. Okay, another some 10 to 20% has to be discussed now. With a problem, practical problem, along with the concept, steps and practical problem. Concept is covered, steps are covered, problem also covered in the form of example. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Started with one problem and finally we arrived at the balance also. Step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6 information should be considered for balance sheet. Step 2 should not be considered because already considered to step 3, step 4, step 5. Correct? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, any doubts on this? Let me know. No doubts? No
No,
doubts?
sir.
Okay. Now,
No.
all the assets and liabilities should be added with it. Line by line.
Yes, sir.
Subject to terms and conditions.
Yes, sir.
Those terms and conditions. Quite easy. Even in our classroom, amalgamation, we say that is very, very easy. Okay, the same way only consolidation also. All the assets should be added, holding company and subsidiary company. Correct? Subject to condition. All the assets and liabilities should be added, holding company, subsidiary company, subject to
Conditions.
condition. What is those 2 conditions? Revaluation can be there. Intercompany transaction will be there. Stock reserves will be there. The expenses or cash movement will be there. Cash movement will be there. Is it clear? Everybody, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now listen. Asset is revalued. If assets revalue achina, again that will have impact in both sides agana. So it should be added. Corresponding to that, you will be having revaluation reserve. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
100 rupees assets have been revalued to 110 rupees. So assets at 10 rupees you must add. Corresponding effect will go to reserves and surplus. The revaluation reserve, correct?
Yes.
Assets, revaluation reserves. இதுல revalue ஆகும்போது either will be adding or minus. Okay, yes or no?
Yes,
If
Yes,
you're
sir.
getting profit, you will be adding. If you're getting a loss, you will be deducting. So this adjustment also should be considered along with a basic concept. Na? See, நான் இவ்வளவு நேரம் உங்களுக்கு சொல்லி கொடுத்தது பைக்குன்னு இருந்தா இப்படி ஓட்டணும்னு சொல்றேன். இப்படி ஓட்டணும், இதான்பா, இதான் லைட், இதான் இது எல்லாம் சொல்லியாச்சு. இப்ப என்ன சொல்றேன்னா, ஒரு ரோட்ல போனா இவ்வளவு ஸ்பீட்ல போலான்னு சொல்றேன். ஒரு ஸ்பீட் பிரேக் வந்தா என்ன பண்ணணும், ஒரு கிராசிங் வந்தா என்ன பண்ணணும், ஓகேவா, ஒரு சிக்னல் போட்டிருந்தா என்ன பண்ணணும், ஒரு டிராபிக்ல எப்படி பார்க் பண்ணணும், இதெல்லாம் தானே எக்ஸ்ட்ரா பாயிண்ட்ஸ். கார் ஓட்ட தெரிஞ்சுன்னா அந்த எக்ஸ்ட்ரா பாயிண்ட்ஸ் ஸ்லோவா கத்துக்கலாம்லப்பா எவ்ரிபடி.
Yes, sir.
சோ ஃபர்ஸ்ட் கார் ஓட்டுறதுக்கு கத்துக்கிட்டோம் மேல. இப்ப அதுக்கு அடுத்தது என்ன, அதுல இருக்கக்கூடிய நுணுக்கங்கள், ஒரு சின்ன சின்ன விஷயங்களை we are going to learn it. Revaluation ஆச்சுன்னா, அப்ப நான் ஸ்பீட் போயிட்டு இருக்கேன் 40 ஸ்பீட்ல, ஏன்னா ஸ்பீட் பிரேக் வந்தா I should reduce the speed and slowly I should go. Same way I have to do the adjustment. இங்க revaluation இருக்கும்போது அசெட்ஸ் இன்க்ரீஸ் பண்ணா அசெட் ஆட் பண்ணும், டிக்ரீஸ் ஆச்சுன்னா லெஸ் பண்ணும். கரெக்டாப்பா
Yes, sir.
எவ்ரிபடி?
Yes, sir.
அதே மாதிரி கேஷ்ல இருந்து ஏதாவது பேமெண்ட் பண்ணிருக்காங்க, ரெசிப்ட் ஆயிருக்குன்னா ஆடோ மைனஸோ பண்ணணும். ஏன்னா கேஷ் ஆல்சோ ஒன் பார்ட் ஆஃப் தி அசெட்ஸ் ஒன்லினா. ஐ டோல்ட் யூ தட் சிம்பிளி ஆட் லைன் பை லைன் சொன்னேன். ரீவால்யூஷன் அதுக்கான அட்ஜஸ்ட்மெண்ட் பண்ணுங்க, அதுல கேஷ் மூவ் பண்றதுன்னா அதுக்கான அட்ஜஸ்ட்மெண்ட் பண்ணுங்க. ஓகேவா?
Yes, sir.
ஹோல்டிங் கம்பெனி, சப்சிடரி கம்பெனி சார், இந்த ரெண்டு கம்பெனி செப்பரேட்டா இருக்க வரைக்கும் பிரச்சனை இல்லை. இந்த கான்செப்ட் உங்களுக்கு சொல்லி தரணுங்கிறது கிடையாது. இப்ப நீங்க அமால்கமேஷன் கான்செப்ட் படிச்சிருப்பீங்க, ஓல்டு சிலபஸா இருந்திருந்தாலும் அதுல யூ நோ வெரி வெல். சன்ட்ரி டெட்டாஸ்ல எஸ் லிமிடெட் 10. ஓகே, அடுத்து சன்ட்ரி கிரெடிட்டாஸ்ல ஹச் லிமிடெட் 10. இப்ப புது கம்பெனி என்ன, கன்சாலிடேட்டட் பேலன்ஸ் ஷீட்டா, இதுல சன்ட்ரி டெட்டாஸ்ல ஹெச்எஸ் 10, சன்ட்ரி கிரெடிட்டாஸ்ல ஹெச்எஸ் 10 இப்படின்னு வருமாப்பா. இது என்னன்னா ஹச் லிமிடெட் சப்ளைட் கூட்ஸ் டு எஸ் லிமிடெட். ஹச் லிமிடெட் என்ன பண்ணிருக்காங்க,
Supplied goods to S Limited.
Supplied goods to S Limited. Supplied goods to S Limited. அப்ப supplied goods to S Limited னா இவனோட பேர் இவனுக்கு சண்டே டேட்டாஸ்ல இருக்குமா?
Yes, sir.
சண்டே கிரெடிட்டாஸ் will be இந்த S Limitedல வந்து H Limited வந்து கிரெடிட்டாஸ்ல இருக்குமா?
Yes, sir.
இது செப்பரேட் ஃபைனான்சியல் ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட். H Limited பண்றதுலயும் S Limited பண்றதுலயும் பர்ஃபெக்ட், நோ ப்ராப்ளம் அட் ஆல். But while preparing consolidated balance sheet, I can't give money to myself. I can't receive money from myself.
Yes, sir.
இந்த டிரான்சாக்ஷனுக்கு பேரு தான் இன்டர் கம்பெனி டிரான்சாக்ஷன் ஆர் மியூச்சுவல் ஓயிங். இன்னொரு பேர் என்னங்க,
Mutual loan.
மியூச்சுவல் ஓயிங், எப்படி வேணாலும் சொல்லலாம். இந்த டிரான்சாக்ஷனுக்கு பேரு தான் இன்டர் கம்பெனி டிரான்சாக்ஷன் ஆர் மியூச்சுவல் ஓயிங். This has to be cancelled in step number 5 because step number 5 நம்ம அதான் எழுதிருந்தோம். Yes or no? So total creditors இருந்தோம், total debtors இருந்தோம், இந்த அமௌண்ட்டை மைனஸ் பண்ணணும், கேன்சல் பண்ணணும். அப்ப ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கா அசெட் சைடும் கம்மியாகுது, லைபிலிட்டி சைடும் கம்மியாகுமா?
Yes, sir.
சொல்லுங்கப்பா. அப்போ வந்து எக்ஸாம்பிள் இந்த வாங்க, நம்ம கொஸ்டின்ஸ் இருக்கு. கொஸ்டின்ஸ்ல கிரெடிட்டர்ஸ் 5 இருக்கா?
Yes, sir.
கரண்ட் அசெட்ஸ் டேட்டாஸ் இருக்குமா? இதுக்குள்ள இருக்கிற அமௌண்ட் அங்க இருக்குது, அங்க இருக்கிற அமௌண்ட் இங்க இருக்குன்னா நாளைக்கு நம்ம புதுசா ஒரு கன்சாலிடேட்டட் பேலன்ஸ் ஷீட் போடும்போது, தினேஷ் வீடியோ பண்ணிக்கோ, புதுசா ஒரு கன்சாலிடேட்டட் பேலன்ஸ் ஷீட் போடும்போது ஓகேங்களா, அப்ப இது ரெண்டையும் கேன்சல் பண்ணி தான் எழுதணும். எஸ் ஆர் நோ?
Yes, sir.
ரெண்டுமே இன்டர் கம்பெனி அப்படியே வச்சிட்டு இருக்க முடியாதா? அதுதான் கேன்சலேஷன். ஐ ஹோப் யூ அண்டர்ஸ்டுட் வாட் இஸ் இன்டர் கம்பெனி டிரான்சாக்ஷன். Friends, it's a very rapid revision, so I'm going a little fast with covering all the areas. Is it clear? This has
Yes, sir.
இதை கேன்சல் பண்ணும்போது அசெட் சைட்லயும் கம்மியாகும், லைபிலிட்டி சைடும் கம்மியாகும். I told you that add all the assets and liabilities line by line. பட் இந்த மாதிரி பண்ணும்போது மியூச்சுவல் ஓயிங் ஆர் இன்டர் கம்பெனி டிரான்சாக்ஷன் இருந்ததுன்னா அதை லெஸ் பண்ணணும் ரெண்டு சைடுல. வேல்யூ கம்மியாகும்ல? ஆகுமா? ஆகாதப்பா? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now. Other side. I think stock reserves, you know that what is stock reserves? Okay, H limited supplied goods to S limited. It had a 10% profit margin. In that case, this profit should be excluded. When you are going to exclude the stock reserve, stock la irundhu kammiyagum. அடுத்தது P&L la irundhu kammiyaguma. Profit margin irundha amalgamation chapter la padichirupinga. Yes or no pa? So both
sir.
sides it will get reduced. Both sides it will get reduced. Is it clear? So I told you all the concepts related to the consolidated balance sheet is sambandhapatta all the concepts are covered with 1 hour 15 minutes of time. If you have doubt, you can ask with me within 2 minutes from now, or otherwise from 6:10 to 6:15. I'll have a quick rapid revision for all this discussion. Over. Clear? Huh? Yes or no?
Sir.
Everybody.
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is all about consolidated financial statement. Can you get into participate with me quickly? Okay, step number 1.
Date of acquisition.
Controlling pattern.
And shareholding pattern.
Step number 2.
Analysis of
Analysis and surplus of subsidiary company.
date of acquisition.
Step number 3.
Minority interest.
Step number 4.
Cost of control.
Cost of control.
அதுல வந்து
Combination of
கேபிட்டல் ரிசர்வ் கிடைக்கும். அமௌண்ட் இன்வெஸ்ட் பண்ணதோட அதிகமா வேல்யூ இருந்ததுன்னா கேபிட்டல் ரிசர்வ், கம்மியா இருந்ததுன்னா குட்வில். கேபிட்டல் ரிசர்வ்னா ரிசர்வ்ஸ் அண்ட் சர்ப்ளஸ் லைபிலிட்டி சைடு, குட்வில்னா அசெட் சைடு. கரெக்ட்டா?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ஸ்டெப் நம்பர் 5.
Intercompany transaction, mutual owing,
Stock reserve.
stock
That's what
reserve.
we discussed now. That's what we are discussed now. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So that adjustment will be done in step number 5. At the step number 6.
Reserves for consolidated balance sheet.
அதுல வந்து ஹோல்டிங் கம்பெனில இருந்து வரும், ஸ்டெப் 2ல இருந்து வரும். வேற ஏதாவது அட்ஜஸ்ட் பண்றதா அதுவும் வரும். ஓகேங்களா?
Yes, sir.
வெச்சுக்கிட்டு you have to prepare consolidated balance sheet. கரெக்ட்டா?
Yes, sir.
Consolidated balance sheet போடும்போது all the assets and liabilities should be
Line by line added.
line and add subject to the
Conditions.
what is that? Evaluation இருக்கலாம்,
Evaluation.
intercompany
Intercompany
இருக்கலாம்,
transaction.
stock
Stock
reserves
reserve.
இருக்கலாம், cash movement
Expenses
இருக்கலாம்.
of cash movement.
ஓகே, இந்த மாதிரி இருக்கிறது எல்லாத்தையுமே கன்சிடர் பண்ணி அதுக்கு தகுந்த மாதிரி கரஸ்பாண்டிங் எஃபெக்ட் கொடுக்கணும். அதுக்கு அடுத்தது ஓகே. now இப்போ ஷேர் கேபிட்டல் ஆஃப் சப்சிடரி கம்பெனி will it come to consolidated balance sheet? Yes, 30% வந்து மைனாரிட்டிக்கு போய் அங்கிருந்து வரும். Balance 70% goes to step number 4 for the purpose of cancelling intercompany investment. Correct? Along with something. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Step அடுத்து வந்து reserves and surplus of subsidiary will come to consolidated balance sheet, but not entire amount. It goes to different steps. Like step 3, step 4, step 6. Step 4ல போறது cancel ஆகி net goodwill or capital reserve வந்துடுது. கரெக்ட்டா?
Yes, sir.
ஸ்டெப் 3க்கு போயிட்டு அங்கிருந்து வந்துருது, ஸ்டெப் 6க்கு போயிட்டு அங்கிருந்து வந்துருது. But subsidiary company financial statement is completely closed. Now come back to holding company. Holding company assets already incorporated. Investment is cancelled with step number 4. This is cancelled in step number 4. Step 4 like cancelled. Then assets or other liabilities have been incorporated. Share capital of the holding company will come to consolidated balance sheet as it is. Reserves and surplus of holding company will come to consolidated balance sheet through step number 6. Okay, va? So this is all about consolidated. This is all about consolidated financial statement. இது போக உங்களுக்கு இதுல வந்து I covered as I told you balance sheet. P&L just mutual owing எப்படி கேன்சல் பண்ணமோ அதே மாதிரி கேன்சல் பண்ணிட்டு இந்த எழுதுனீங்கன்னா அது பேர் P&L. வெரி சிம்பிள். நான் ஒரு எக்ஸாம்பிள்ஸ் மட்டும் கொடுக்குறேன், சரிங்களா? H limited, S limited. It had a sales. Okay, sales 1500. Okay, note. அடுத்து வந்து purchase will be there. Purchase will be 500, 300. Okay, I will give you example for this two item. Note. H limited sold to S limited for amounting to 50. யாருக்கு சேல் பண்ணாங்க? யாருக்கு சேல் பண்ணாங்க?
H limited sold to S limited.
S limited. அப்ப H limitedல இந்த 50 எங்க இருக்கும்?
Debtor.
Sales.
Sale.
S limitedல எங்க இருக்கும்?
Purchase.
இப்ப இதுக்கு நீங்க consolidated financial statement ரெடி பண்ணனும் அப்படினா இதுக்கு consolidated financial statement ரெடி பண்றதுக்கு 500 300 னா yes 500 300 கரெக்ட்டா? consolidated profit and loss account எப்படி ரெடி பண்ணுவீங்கன்னா adjustment consolidated P&L. இப்ப இங்க adjustment 50 பண்ணுமா கண்ணா? அதே மாதிரி purchaseல 50 பண்ணுமா? ஏனா இதுக்குள்ள அந்த 50 இருக்கா?
Yes, sir.
அதே சேல்ஸ் இதுக்குள்ள 50 இருக்கா?
Yes, sir.
அப்ப 1500ல இன்டர்கம்பெனியும் அவனுக்கு பண்ணது 50 போக பேலன்ஸ் 1450வா?
Yes, sir.
பர்ச்சேஸ் வந்து 750யா?
Yes, sir.
So like this you have to prepare the consolidated profit and loss account as well as cash flow statement. That's quite very easy. I don't want to discuss anything on that particular area. இந்த மாதிரி தான் கொடுத்திருப்பாங்க. 90% of consolidated profit and loss account problem will be like this. With respect to examination 10 or 5 times examக்கு இந்த question இதுல இருந்து வருதுன்னா அதுல 4 times will be consolidated balance sheet. Maybe 1 time or 2 times will be P&L or consolidated cash flow statement. Just to have a look on that, definitely you will be in a position to understand that. That's what I have given one example to you. Is it clear? Like this expense.
Yes, sir.
Paid, interest received, they would have been given S limited paid interest 10 to H limited. Now here interest income will be there, interest expenses will be there. Who paid ma? S limited paid. அப்ப இங்கே இதுக்குள்ள இருக்குமா? Interest received இதுக்குள்ள இருக்குமா? அப்ப again that 10 rupees has to be adjusted here.
Sir.
So that adjustment final our income should be considered, final our expenses must be considered. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So everybody, have you understood clearly this?
Yes, sir.
So this is all about consolidated balance sheet to the extent which we covered within 1 hour 45 minutes of time. Any doubts? Leah? Doubt இருந்தாலும் you can message to me also, no problem on that. NBFC, I just give an introduction to that. I'll give introduction to that. Either will have one more session, otherwise many people will attend in the YouTube. அப்படி இருந்தனா I'll give the video to you also, no problem. NBFC. What is my NBFC? Non-banking financial non-banking financial company. Non-banking finance company. It's just like a bank, but not bank. Is it clear? Hello.
Yes, sir.
For this, I need 45 minutes to 1 hour. 45 minutes to 1 hour. Either today is supposed to have, because of various reasons, I'm not able to have that. Either this, I will give the video, or otherwise we'll have session on Monday. So now we are closed only with consolidated balance sheet, very detailedly covered. If you go and apply this logic and solve few problems, like you have to work out at least 3 to 5 problems after this discussion, then only you'll have a grip. And make sure that you're going to connect all those things thoroughly. The steps by steps எப்படி போகுதுங்கிறத கனெக்ட் பண்ணிட்டீங்கனாவே உங்களுக்கு consolidation will never ever be difficult for you. இந்த consolidation நம்ம ரெகுலர் கிளாஸ்ல ஆல்மோஸ்ட் 20 ஹவர்ஸ் நம்ம எடுக்கக்கூடிய ஒரு டாபிக் இது. 15 ஹவர்ஸ் டு 20 ஹவர்ஸ் எடுக்கக்கூடிய டாபிக். கான்செப்டோட ஒரு 5 ஹவர்ஸ் எடுக்கும். பேலன்ஸ் இருக்க 15 ஹவர்ஸ் வந்து ஒர்க்கிங் ஓட ப்ராப்ளம். அதை கிராஸ் பண்ணி நீங்க ஆல்ரெடி ப்ரிப்பேர் ஆயிடுப்பீங்க. ஓகேங்களா? உங்களுக்கு பேசிக்ஸ் எல்லாம் தெரியும். இல்லைனாலுமே இப்போ நம்ம பேசிக்ஸ் ஃபுல்லாவே கவர் பண்ணியாச்சு. எல்லா கான்செப்டுமே கவர் பண்ணியாச்சு. ஒரு ஏரியால இருந்து எப்படி மூவ் ஆகுதுன்றத நம்ம பார்த்தாச்சு. ஒன்லி திங் நம்ம ப்ராப்ளம்ஸ் ஒர்க் அவுட் பண்ணல. ஏன்னு கேட்டீங்கன்னா ஒரு ப்ராப்ளம் ஒர்க் அவுட் பண்ணோம்னாவே இட் வில் டேக் அட்லீஸ்ட் 45 minutes of time. Consolidated balance sheet, P&L cash flow statement you can work out within 15 to 20 minutes of time, even in the classroom also. So considering that only, we are not worked out these problems. Otherwise நம்ம ப்ராப்ளம் ஒர்க் அவுட் பண்ணலன்னு சொல்றதோட ஒரு எக்ஸாம்பிள் வச்சுக்கிட்டு we worked out thoroughly and we tallied the balance sheet also. Correct appa? So hopefully the people who attended today's session is going to write your May 22 examination. Hopefully this 1 hour 50 minutes or 2 hour session would have been useful to you, especially the people who converted from old syllabus to new syllabus. Because new syllabus you would have already attended classes here or somewhere else, or you would have prepared also. But the old people, okay, old syllabus and the new syllabus la vandadhu, they would have not they were not prepared properly. So avangalukku definitely useful ah irundhukku nenikiren. எவ்வளவு மார்க் இதுல இருந்து வரும்னு கேட்டிருக்காங்க. மினிமம் 10 marks to 16 marks will come from these chapters. Nandana, minimum 10 marks, okay, to 16 marks will come from this chapter. This is a very important chapter, like amalgamation. This is very important. Definitely 10 marks is assured, but maximum it will come for 16 marks. Depends on the question size. They'll be fixing a mark either 10 or 16. Sometimes maybe 10 marks question, but 6 mark question is others. புரியுதாப்பா? இந்த மாதிரி தான். வேற ஏதாவது உங்களுக்கு டவுட் இருந்தாலும் நீங்க கேட்கலாம். And you can send your feedback also. How was the session? Either you can send to us, or otherwise you can go to Google Academy. You can write a review over there also. No problem. That will be helpful for us. Now, இதுல உங்களுக்கு இப்போ புரிஞ்சுதா? பட்டன் பண்ணுங்க. You can tell me. Now, especially old syllabusல இருந்து புது syllabusல வந்தவங்க இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் எஃபெக்ட் போடுங்கன்னா, ஏன்னா நான் சொன்னேன்லவா 20 hours of time you will spend. Here we spend only 2 hours of time. So definitely this will never ever be adequate for you. You have to spend extra time. Okay, if you put extra time, definitely you can crack and get 10 marks or 15 marks, depends on the examination question. ஓகேங்களா? இதுதான் இந்த கனெக்ஷனை பிடிச்சிக்கிட்டீங்கன்னா போதும். அதுக்கப்புறம் வர அட்ஜஸ்ட் பண்ணல நீ செல்ஃப் ஸ்டடியில கூட பிடிச்சிடும். இந்த கனெக்ஷன், இந்த ரெண்டு பேலன்ஸ்ல எதை எடுத்துக்கணும், எதை எடுத்துக்கூடாது, எந்த ஸ்டெப்ஸ் போகுது, ஏன் போகுது, எங்க கேன்சல் ஆகும்போது குட்வில் கெயின் ஆன் பார்கெயின் பர்ச்சேஸா. ஸோ எப்படி இந்த ஸ்டெப்ஸ் நம்ம தான் இங்கதான் நம்ம ஒரு எக்ஸாம்பிள்ஸ் போட்டுட்டு அதுக்கப்புறம் கடக்கடன்னு போட்டோம், பேலன்ஸ் ஷீட் டேலி ஆச்சு. ஆமாவா இல்லையா? Everybody tell me, yeah, was it useful or not useful?
Very useful.
Yes, sir.
To me. Everybody.
Yes,
So,
sir.
so to understand that, and as I told you, you have to put some more effect by yourself. Some more effect by yourself. If you're not putting your effect, yeah, you can put in the chat box also, no problem. Thank you, Marimuthu and Nandana. Okay, the effect of the potting, as I told you, 10 to 16 marks in your hand, and old syllabus to new syllabus, don't be afraid. There are few topics are new for you people. One of chapter is CFS, as I told you, 10 to 16 marks. NBFC, 8 to 12 marks, which comes from NBFC also. And few accounting standards, especially AS 15, and few more standards, I think 22, 17, 18. These are the standards are new for your old syllabus. Okay, old syllabus and new syllabus வந்தவங்களுக்கு இதெல்லாம் இருந்திருக்காது. New syllabus already whoever prepared for them, all those things would have been there. Now this will be in your hands, subject to tomorrow is Sunday, if you're going to spend a time in. Again, NBS also is important. 6 to 12 marks normally, average 8 marks definitely வந்துருது. Every alternative attempt, there is a question from NBFC, but CFS is compulsory question. Compulsory question, definitely there will be questions from that. Amalgamation, CFS, adula oru question, idula oru question வந்துரும். NBFC almost every attempt, 3 attempt continue வந்தா ஒரு attempt வராம போக chances இருக்கு. But 90% is important. 90% is important. ஓகேங்களா? அடுத்து இந்த standards also is important. Hopefully you can refer it. Our time permits, we'll try to have one hour session like that. ஒரு இதை மட்டும் டச் பண்ற மாதிரி ட்ரை பண்ணாங்களா பார்க்கலாம். But that is not committed to you. Committed to you na, என்னோட other classes are going on like CMA final and inter other classes. So அவங்களுக்கும் முடிச்சு அனுப்ப வேண்டியது இருக்கு. Depends on the time we will decide it. But NBSC, as I told you, either I'll have one live session or I'll give the recorded session. Very, very important, because 8 to 12 marks. So thorough this two topic together will give you 20 marks in your examination. In the standards, 100% will be 8 marks. So 28 marks of syllabus. 28 marks of syllabus. Puridapa? Any other questions? No. So shall I end up the meeting now? Or anybody having any doubt to ask with me regarding this CFS or any other area? The forum is open for next 2 minutes. Tell me yes or no. How is your preparations are going on? I'm busy at the minute. Okay. Good preparation, how it's going on. Now, Paneerselvam, புரிஞ்சுதாப்பா?
Yes, sir.
Especially you people should say thanks to Paneerselvam and Mr. Yuvan, because these two people requested me to have some mind fresh session for this area, because old syllabus, new syllabus, some issues இருக்குங்க. டக்குனு புரியாது, ஒரு 1 hour 2 hour session வைங்கன்னு சொல்லி 2-3 நாள் கேட்டுட்டு இருந்தா. Thank you Paneerselvam on behalf of every students. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, preparation is going well. Very useful session. Thank you, Meenakshi. And prepare it. Believe yourself. Okay, everything is possible to you. இதுவரைக்கும் எந்த லெவல்ல ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணீங்க பண்ணலங்கறத தூக்கி குப்பையில போட்டுட்டு இப்போ இருக்கக்கூடிய டைம்ல what I am going to do best, how I am going to increase the preparation time, how I am going to prepare effectively. Don't be afraid, because the old syllabus to new syllabus, many students, when I interact with my students, they will say that, sir, I am from old syllabus, that was very much comfortable for me. Now new syllabus, pattern is different, syllabus is different. They are very much afraid. Don't be afraid by looking the syllabus. Lucky, you feel lucky because you studied the CFS, AS 15 and all now. This is going to come for your final also. So at least you will have some basics. If you have not studied this topic over here, when you come to final, then it will be very, very, very complicated for you. So அதனால அந்த மாதிரி நம்ம வந்து அதை ஒரு பாசிட்டிவா எடுத்துட்டு போங்க. You can do அப்படிங்கறத மட்டும் மைண்ட்ல வச்சுட்டு you can work out. Okay, hard, definitely you will. Okay, get good amount of mark. Okay, good amount of mark. I'll draw my mobile number also here. You can send your feedback to that also. Otherwise, if you have doubts also, you can post your doubts, but don't capture the question and send to me, sir, I have a doubt, solve the answer or solve the questions. Don't send like that. முடிச்சதுக்கு அப்புறம் எந்த இடத்துல எந்த ஏரியால டவுட் இருக்கோ அதை மார்க் பண்ணி அனுப்பிச்சினா ஐ வில் பி இன் தி பொசிஷன் டு ஹெல்ப் யூ. ஓகே, போட்டோ எடுத்து அனுப்பிச்சிட்டு சார் சால்வ் திஸ் கொஸ்டின்லாம் டோன்ட் சென்ட் டு மீ. ஓகே, ஹோப்ஃபுல்லி யூ கேன் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் தட். ஓகே, நீங்க போட்டு பாருங்க, போட்டு பார்த்தா தான் கண்ட்ரோல் வரும். நாளைக்கு ஒரு 2-3 ப்ராப்ளம் போட்டு பாருங்க, டெஃபினெட்லி யூ கேன் ஃபீல் வெரி ஹாப்பி ஃபார் தட். ஓகே ஓகே, shall I end up this session now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, take care, all the best. God bless you everybody.
Thank you, sir.